and he's all been building to this. And now, first-round games and home field settings. This place is going to be rocking. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. The college football playoff about to get underway. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback on the start of the 25. So Tulane's offense is going to get the chance to start this game off. Got a matchup on paper, Kirk, that really seems to favor this dominant defense. And unless this offense can do something special, it feels like yards and first downs are going to be hard to come by tonight.
What this defense does a really good job of is negating any ability at all to run the football. Puts you in obvious passing situations, and then they turn it loose and get after the quarterback. I feel bad for the offensive line and especially the quarterback today.
They'll run it here. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one. And the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Takes the handoff. It's Barnes. Bring it down after a small gain. They played it safe there on 3rd and long. Hunting ready to boot it away. The punt will bounce and roll out of bounds. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense comes out for their first possession today. Kirk, let's check the impact players in this game. Guys who have been leaders, guys who are being counted on to deliver today.
Well, these are the guys that both these teams... you said, to be able to make the plays, and more importantly, when it gets into that point in the game where you need to be able to have some leadership, these are the men that are going to have to step up and be able to provide that for each team.
Grab down the middle. It's Owens. They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45. A solid gain. One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. He's brought down, but not before crossing midfield of the 42. Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. That now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Nice grab. It's Johnson. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
You know, they don't pick up the first down here, but they do get some positive yards, and I really like the route to get enough separation to give the quarterback enough room to put it in there.
They'll hand it off. Breaks free. As the first down is still going. Touchdown, Texas A&M. As they cleanly lead here in this playoff game. Might have to try the extra point.
Chris, how about the back here? He just gets behind that big offensive line. It will lead him into the end zone. Good patience, nice vision, but exceptional teamwork up front on this touchdown run.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Green Wave offense back on the field. Coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Fire to the right side, complete.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
And it's incomplete that time, just out of reach of the receiver.
I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Makes the catch near the sideline and keeps the foot in bounds. That's enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Back to throw again. Pressure is coming. He cannot escape. It's a sack. That time it's the free safety gaining hold on the blitz to blow it up.
Well, he had a long way to go, and it's a bit of a risk because obviously the free safety is the last line of defense on these long pass plays, and he's coming after that quarterback, and he's got to make sure he gets home.
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Oh, and he cannot quite hold on down there in the end zone. Would have been a great pick. Instead, a third down play coming up. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Out of the gun now on third down. And he's hit just before the throw. Wide open downfield. Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21.
Good job here by this offense coming up with his first down on that third down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it right near the end zone. Defense makes the saving tackle at the 3. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Fresh set of downs, first and goal. To go with a direct snap. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense.
Touchdown, Tulane. A much-needed counterpunch delivered. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Not much on the return. He'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Here's the first play of the drive now, set up at the 24. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. He tried to bounce it, but couldn't get the corner to stop him for a loss.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away. Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. The receiver grabs it. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play. So at the end of one, we are dead even as these teams continue their pursuit of a national championship. Let's take a quick look at the game summary so far. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Ball handed off. He's got the first and still going. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Well, when this back has room to run, he really can hurt you with his speed and ability to accelerate upfield to pick up a first down. Think about A&M backs over the years. They have been spoiled. Some great backs, most recently, Devon A-Chain and Isaiah Spiller. But even going back, people forget Dante Hall when he wore that Texas A&M unit.
Short connection to the tight end here. They finally make the tackle, but solid gain sets him up first down at the 33. Texas A&M getting set with a first and 10 now. He'll hand it off. He gains 9, so it's second and 1.
Another positive run on first and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what. They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
See if the loss ends up killing this drive. It's second down now and 16. Looking to pass here on second down. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. They got him down after a really big gain on that completion. And the Aggies will line up here on first down and goal. Here's the handoff on first and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Second down and goal. Looking for a man. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Boy, what was the quarterback thinking here? You're inside the 10-yard line. You got a chance to put points up on the board. You can't just randomly throw the ball into coverage like this.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Aggies. That kind of execution in a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
And the PAT is good. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. The Tulane offense is back out on the field now. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Quick throw to the left. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Swung, but the pass rush is sacked.
Well, that's their second sack already in this game right now. And this offensive coordinator, he's going to have to come up with some changes in pass pro. Keep a tight end in, roll the quarterback out, anything they can do to help him out. Otherwise, this poor guy's going to spend his entire playoff experience on his back.
The pocket breaking down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a fourth down. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. Okay, kick it away for the second time. And it's taken right around the 35. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more...
Breaks into the clear. Inside the 10. And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Point after, knocked right through. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. And now the handoff. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run, you can go to play action, and really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. He's running out of time here.
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Okay, we reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense some work to do here, trying to cut into this lead before halftime. So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Taking a shot deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it. They bring the punter onto the field now. We'll see what he can do with the return. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain in return. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. The receiver makes the catch. They get him down pretty quickly, but it's a solid gain in that short throw. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Man, I was hoping he'd be able to hold on to that football. That would have been a big play there on 3rd down. Now a big decision coming up here on 4th.
The Aggies will come to the line looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. Finds this receiver. That's enough for the 1st down. They stop him, but not before he reaches the 35. This offense really threatening now. The drive stays alive with that 1st down completion. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Looks like he's going to run it. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking for some space. It's Owens. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Boy, I thought he might shake free there. He's able to break 1 tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up in run support.
6th play of the drive coming up.
42.
Oh, a reverse. And they've got him back there for a loss of 8.
The defense there showed incredible discipline on the backside contain, and that reverse wasn't going anywhere. Just textbook.
7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to take off. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run. So they elect to send out the field goal unit, trying to add 3 points to their total before the end of the half. And it's good right down the middle. And they add to their lead. So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for three, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So they start the drive here, looking to make something happen in the final seconds before halftime. The shotgun running play call. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. Exciting, action-packed, enormous drama. Talk about a first half of football.
And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. He stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They built the lead with an efficient running game. Let's see if they can take to the air now to start the third quarter. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Blitz and a quick sack.
Well, I love this defense and how they're playing some man coverage. And let's face it, when you do that, it's a bit risky. You can leave your defensive backs out there on islands, but the good combination of good coverage with a good pressure on the quarterback, and you come up with sacks like this.
Running out of time in the pocket. Throws it deep downfield to the left. Catch made wide open way downfield. They make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk of yardage on that play.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
One massive play, and suddenly they're at the plus 45-yard line here. Here comes the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and there's just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Going to try to use his legs here. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
Love the call by this defense playing dime coverage on that third down, and they do a nice job of not just selling out against the receivers. Quarterback took off, but the defense had enough awareness to keep him short of the first down mark.
Complete to the running back. Can he get first down yardage? They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit.
Touchdown, Aggies! And the route is on. Well, the goal was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down to the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up in the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
And here comes the Green Wave offense back on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Lets it go quickly. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Looking for a receiver. He lets it go on the move. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness. Kurt getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback,
makes the grab inside the 30, and he's still running. Tackle is finally made, but the gain is all the way to the 24. One massive play has moved the football just outside the red zone. First down. Looking to throw it on first down. It's an out route. The catch made. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion. Second down after that short completion. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Looking downfield near the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Well, they take a shot into the end zone on third down. They come off empty, but a reasonable field goal attempt now if they want to take it.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. They stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Pass rush closing in. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Makes the catch. It's Johnson. Breaks loose at the 40. They bring him down, but it's a big gain up to the 47.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot. But I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
Makes the grab. It's Owens. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
Defense is coming after him. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
How about that, Chris? The big man comes up with a sack. You don't see that every day. But give him credit. He got to the quarterback and got a sack.
That's reeled in. It's Owens. And they're finally able to bring him down. A big gain to wrap up the third quarter. And as we break for the quarter, Kirk, it's Texas A&M on top. We played 3 quarters with a chance to stay alive for the national championship. Let's check out the game summary here so far. Now, entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up first and goal. Grab behind the line. It's Armstrong. And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. This quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
The Tulane offense is back out on the field now. Last possession produced a field goal. Let's see what they can come up with this time. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Zero running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Out of the gun now on third down. Makes a quick catch. He's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. He's got it. Enough for a first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Just great execution here on this fourth down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss on the play. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Catch made on the out route. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play. Offense trying to move into scoring position if they can convert third and short here from the 50. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Chris, has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football, made them one-dimensional, and that's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
It's press coverage now from these DBs. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And this offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44. After a clutch conversion on fourth down, let's see if they keep feeding the running back here. And looking to throw now on first down. He's got it with room to run. They get him to the ground, but it's first down now at the 28.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
And he finds his tight end for the catch. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4. Defense cannot get this offense to fourth down. Offense continues the long drive. Grab behind the line. It's Roberts. He'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
This is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Looking to throw it again. Bringing pressure. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year.
Deep shot toward the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. A fourth down stop.
What a great job by this defense, really all game long. It's very fitting. Here we are now in the fourth quarter on a fourth down play. They step up yet again. Now you give the ball to your own offense, you work that clock, and you seal victory.
It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense tries to put the finishing touches here on a lopsided victory. Offense in a split backfield now. Grinding away with a running game. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
The back's got it. Nowhere to run on that play. They've got him in the backfield. That's a loss of a yard.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
On the
They've converted both previous fourth down attempts, so why not try to make it 3 for 3? Quarterback drops back. Grab down the middle. It's Williams. Nope, he is short. So the defense gets a turnover on downs, desperate to try to cut into this lead. Hold on a second. There's a timeout on the field. The coach wants the officials to take another look at that one. Thinks he might get an overturn. So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. And they'll give it to the back. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back. Just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14. The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. Quarterback still with the football. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand.